Will this be a perfect call? Hello, Best Show.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Jello Man.
It's Jello Man. Jello Man, how are you?
What's going on?
Not a whole lot. How are things going down there in Philadelphia?
Well, we won.
Yeah, I forgot. What are you, a tight end for the team? What do you play again? You throw we around?
Well, I'm saying Philly.
Yeah, no, the city, the team comprised of people who aren't from there won.
But we can't say we.
You can't, unless you want to sound like a real nitwit. You didn't do it. You watched it. They did it. They won it. Make your peace with that.
You want to hear a bathroom story?
No. Hold on. I want to talk. I don't want to talk to you about that. God, help me with what you're going to say with this. Tell me about the after thing was like. What was the after thing like? What did you do?
So this time I borrowed a shopping cart from Acme. You know what Acme is?
Yeah, I know what Acme is. I grew up with Acme.
Do they have in New York where you used to be from?
New Jersey? Yes, we had Acme in New Jersey.
I don't know the different, what it is, but
okay.
I borrowed a shopping cart.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to return it because it's wobbly. But I basically put the shopping cart on my surfboard that I usually surf with the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I built a little catwalk inside the cart. So I'll just fill it up with jello shots, the whole shopping cart full of jello shots, and then I would walk around the catwalk. So when they pick me up, I'm not going to smash the jello shot. And I was telling AP Mike, he was texting me for a while. I was showing him when I was making it, and I surfed on a shopping cart at the end, like 3 different times.
Yeah.
And I was shooting jello shots, and everybody loved it.
That's amazing. You didn't worry. Did you anybody beat the crap out of you, or are you a hero there?
No, I think they like it by now.
Okay. Do they expect you? Do people know you? Hey, it's Jello Man.
Well, they yell Jello Man. Maybe it's because they see my logo on the side of the shopping cart, but
that would mean that
some people know about it.
Well, that would mean that they can read, so I don't think it's that.
Well, no, back in the day, I was doing the bootleg stuff more back in the day.
Yeah.
And there's not much of that anymore, but I still sometimes do it.
Sure.
But like the Eagles, I still do it sometimes. But the Eagles now, like this official with Eagles vodka, they started like sponsoring me. So like if the Eagles tailgates, I don't get in trouble anymore.
So you're sanctioned now, throwing your jello shots all around.
In some way, in some places I am, but I started getting invited to more festivals and stuff. But like, I still have a certain amount of other ones I might do, Tom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. How late were you up on the Super Bowl Sunday?
That one really sucked actually because they blocked off Broad Street. So like I was on the other side of Broad Street, so I was stuck on the other side for so long. I didn't get over to like 2 a.m.
Okay. Well,
they couldn't get they wouldn't let Ubers in or anything.
Mm-hmm. But they let you and your Acme shopping cart in. Well,
I think that's gonna be the new thing. Actually, I'm trying to put those lights. You ever see those like punks riding around those Hondas and they have it's called a ground kit when they have all these lights flashing with a bass.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like
you
that.
Ever see that?
Sure.
Can you picture my shopping cart if I just turn it into an actual ice cream cart where I put 2 humongous wheels on it on the sides and one? It's like a tricycle. You know what I mean? Like a shopping cart tricycle.
Jello Man, and this sounds amazing.
Well, there's this thing in Philly, and you wouldn't know, but there's this weird trashy romance with the obsession of this random stray shopping cart. People always hustle stuff out of them at Eagles games and random bootleg merchandise and stuff out of shopping carts. So recently somebody was actually cooking a pig in a shopping cart, selling portions of pig.
At
tailgate. You see that video?
I need to hear no more because Jello Man, this was a perfect call.
You like me?
I like this call. Perfect call. What's the weirdest thing you've ever encountered in a public restroom?
My name's Keith. I'm in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Hi, Keith. How are you? What do you got for me?
Well, I was. Have you ever been in the bathroom in Germany, a public restroom in Germany?
Yeah.
Well, in like some of on the Autobahn, like rest stop kind of bathrooms, I was very alarmed because I wasn't prepared for it, that there are cleaning ladies that hang out in the bathrooms and they don't really have any concerns about privacy. So, you might be at the urinal and there might be a kind of a grumpy older lady cleaning the urinal next to you, and then she'd rattle a little basket for a tip, and it was kind of unsettling.
That is awful. That is interesting. That is not a perfect call. Goodbye.
Well, I was a little surprised when Mike told me as well. I said, "Man, you're really leaving the door open for all kinds of." And I'm waiting with bated breath for yours and Mike's story. But I got two. The most horrifying thing I ever saw, and I work in the boiler room in the basement of this 15-story old, ancient hospital in Newark.
Mm-hmm.
So I shouldn't be surprised. But when I sat down on the john, and I saw a thumb-sized cockroach crawling around in the bowl. This is after I've sat down already, and that was horrifying. Yeah, I jumped up and
if that happened, I would switch.
Again,
I would consider switching to diapers. Bad. Honestly, if that happened to me, I would honestly, I would consider. I'm not saying I would do it. I would consider it.
I have a really quick bathroom story for you, and it is not disgusting at all.
Okay, I'm ready.
Not even close. So when I was in high school, they would bring. Have you ever heard of this? Like, the show's called Beetle Mania, and they just have these guys who play Beatles songs in like Beatles costumes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so when it was happening in high school, I was like really getting into the Beatles for the first time, and the show was like amazing. I'm sitting there, they're playing all these songs. And at intermission, I kind of go to, it wasn't a locked bathroom or anything. It was just a little out of the way. And I'm done, I'm washing up, and who steps out of the stall but the guy playing George, and he's just in his full.
Is he in the Sergeant Pepper outfit? Please say he. Oh, thank God! I was hoping you'd say he was in the satin Sergeant Pepper outfit.
With he had the little pirate hat on.
He had like the 3-corner hat.
Yeah, the green, whatever.
Yeah.
And he had just changed out of the mop top, they do the the
so they didn't even have a dressing room.
I guess not. He just stepped out and was just next to me, washing his hands as Sergeant Pepper. I'm 15 years old. I'm just like, oh, hey, show's going well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Very strange.
Enjoy the show.
And I noticed, yeah.
God had us.
Oh, he talked. He had just
yeah. Did he hey, thanks for enjoying thanks for checking the show out, kid. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it seemed that way.
Like he's not even remotely British. Hey, thanks son.
Not at all.
You want an autograph from old George Harrison? What's your name there, Reb? What's your name there, kid? To Steve. Thanks for loving the Beatles. Your friend, George, the quiet one, Harrison.
It was. I wish I got his autograph. It was so surreal. And when I'm close to him, it's like, oh, you're like a 50-year-old man. You look nothing like George.
Yeah. Well, at one point, George Harrison was a 50-year-old man, but it wasn't when he was in the Beatles.
Not during,
No.
Pepper. And so, the rest of the show, it's just like, I was so high on that show. And then something about seeing George Harrison changing in the bathroom, I was just like, yeah, it's all right. It's okay.
Oh, well, no, that's really amazing. The idea that you saw a Beetle Mania George Harrison in the can. Hello, Best Show.
Hello, Tom. How are you?
I'm good. To whom am I speaking?
It's Nicole from
Oh,
Chicago.
I know this. Nicole's a great caller. How are you, Nicole?
I'm good. I'm bummed I'm in Central Time because this starts at 5 here. But I've never liked Central Time. I moved here from Eastern, and
Sure.
Central Time stinks.
Central Time just feels like a bummer of a time.
It is a bummer. It is.
It's the flyover state of times.
It is. And then, like, the sun is setting earlier here than in Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
In Eastern, when I lived in Detroit, you could see Jeopardy after work.
Okay.
Like, Jeopardy would be on at like 6 or 7, and here it's on at 3:30 in the afternoon, so most people at work can't see it.
Weird.
And that's why people in Detroit are smarter than people in Chicago.
Because of the time zone issue?
Because they can see Jeopardy.
Yeah. This is Jeopardy. I got to get a
I
job
hate when
like
they
that.
announce.
Why don't I get a job like that?
Yeah,
Nicole, huh?
You say one sentence.
I come here, I do nothing but talk. And meanwhile, the guy who just goes, "This is Jeopardy," is driving a duck boat all over town where he can go into water and the roads. He can do whatever he wants with his fancy duck boat. Meanwhile, I'm here driving just a regular road car.
Just only on the road. Now they
loser.
zoom in on his satin, like, members only style jacket that's embroidered.
It's living the life. Probably has
He's got it all.
Probably has a license plate that says like Jeopardy Man, like one of those like GPRDMN. And you're like, what's that stand for? Oh, I think it's Jeopardy Man.
Maybe Jeopardy VIP.
Yeah. Jeopardy. Yeah. I saw a license plate today, Nicole. I'm looking for the picture right now. I took a picture of it. Go, go, go. And the license plate said, Dr. Talk.
Oh.
I got to get a cool license plate like that. Best
Did
show.
you pull up and see the driver?
No, it was parked. It was parked.
Ah.
So I took the license plate off. I just have some tools in my trunk that let me just quickly steal any license plate.
It's practical.
Yeah, it is. So Jeopardy, you don't get to see like others.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? What else is going on, Nicole?
I have a real quick bathroom story.
Please.
This is a long time ago, maybe 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
My friends were in town. They had played like just a very small show at this random kind of place that I never went to. And on the same block was this bar. I think it was called the Blue Line. It's long gone.
Okay.
But there's another bar nearby that was nice, but we were
Wait, there was
paupers.
another
We were in our
there was another bar nearby in Chicago?
I know. It's rare.
Because sometimes in Chicago, you can go miles and you can't even find a single bar.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to not be able to crawl from one to the next.
Yes, yeah. So you tell me the story now.
Yeah, so we found this like cheap bar. We had to be able to get like the cheapest beer possible. There were a bunch of us there who, live in different cities. So we were having a really good time. It was really fun. Good sized bar, just like weird, random people there who were comfortable with, not fancy people. And then I finally have to go to the bathroom. I think maybe my friend did at the same time. And so I go in and I see it's like narrow and long. Fine, whatever. I've been in a billion weirdly shaped, laid out bathrooms. So I start walking down the line of stalls, and I am shocked to see that
Yeah.
while there are wooden partitions between the toilets, absolutely no doors. So I walk right
Horrible.
past a woman sitting on the toilet.
Horrible.
I didn't choose to be in Full Metal Jacket, and yet there I was. And so I was lucky enough to get the final stall, but still later someone comes in, like you have to keep going down and checking, and she has to come in and look at me. And the thing is like, I didn't really care about someone looking. I mean, they're not going to see anything with me sitting there, but I was not that comfortable about having to peer at them as I went. But it was
Yeah. No, this is terrible.
bizarre.
This is awful.
It was.
And somebody in the
don't
chat,
understand.
somebody in the chat just said something. This is normal in a lot of men's rooms.
Oh, well, good.
No, not good. Bad.
Yeah, that's strange. But I mean, they're not required to always sit down. I mean, not every time.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's all a nightmare. It's all terrible. I would leave, honestly.
Yeah, we were having fun. I probably
would,
went in there again.
sure. No, I would figure something else out.
Yeah. I could have gone in the alley. I was still feral back then.
Well, the alley was not the solution. Maybe another bathroom somewhere else.
The alley was my solution.
I didn't say the alley was the only other play you had at your disposal. You're in a major city.
Well, it was a weird place where there wasn't much going on, so I don't know if I had another gas station, but I mean,
sure. No,
that's a little more dubious, like touching things wise.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There was an illegal, like a non-legal punk club in Detroit when I was young, and they just had one private bathroom, and my friend and I just determined that the bathroom was so egregious that we did just go to the alley. It was far more sanitary.
I'm your private bathroom, a bathroom for money. Do what you want me, do what you have to do. I'm your private bathroom, a bathroom for money. Do anything you should do. Deutschmarks or dollars, American Express will do nicely, thank you. Let me loosen up your collar, baby. Can you hear me while I do the shooby-dooey?